So this is a topic I've actually never spoken about before in my videos. I hesitated to talk about this one because it's so disturbing, and most people just think it's crazy and made up and whatever. But I don't believe that to be true. I believe this to be 100% real, and probably the most evil practice that exists on the face of the earth. There was a movie called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Hunter S. Thompson. Fairly old movie. Pretty entertaining movie, actually. If you want to watch something wild, that one is really wild. In that movie, Hunter S. Thompson is doing every drug you can imagine. He's snorting and smoking everything in sight. And it's the first time in popular culture that adrenochrome was mentioned. It's one of the things he does in that movie. Now, what adrenochrome is, I think it's derived from the word adrenaline. Basically, if you take a human and terrorize them to the point that they feel extreme pain and terror, like just absolute terror. So you would threaten them with a big knife, or, they're strapped down and you're informing them that they're about to be dismantled with this blade. And you inflict unbelievable pain and suffering and terror on this person. Something is secreted into their bloodstream. Adrenaline, I guess. It's, when you're that scared, so all kinds of things get secreted into the blood. And then during this time of terror for the person, you draw the blood right out of them. And this is where adrenochrome comes from. So this is basically the elixir of the evil ones, the elites, the evil, dirty, satanic pieces of garbage who rule this world. And it's dismissed, as I say, as, of course, a conspiracy theory. But once something is labeled conspiracy theory, that gives it credibility to me. They don't even bother labeling something that unless there's truth in it. And they want everyone to steer away from it. So when these demon-infested scumbags ingest this adrenochrome, which comes from mostly, I guess the highest quality of it is from children, of course, they get a euphoric rush out of it. And it also is kind of like the fountain of youth. Okay, so this is what allows these demons to live so long. Take Henry Kissinger. The world thought he would never die. No one really knows exactly how old he was, because I think, like most of them, his background was fabricated and fake birth certificate. I mean, to tell you the truth, I think some of these people are possibly 150, 160, 180 years old. I think they've been around a lot longer than they let on, because they falsify their backgrounds. But the problem with this adrenochrome is that once you start using it, you need to keep using it. And they go to great lengths to obtain this stuff. It's very expensive. Very rare, obviously. I mean, well, in their circles, maybe not as rare as I think. I don't know. But once they start using it, they have to keep using it or they deteriorate very fast. So they need a constant supply. This is one of the reasons that so many children go missing. Does anyone remember the milk cartons, the missing kids in the back? You know how many missing kids there are? The numbers are absolutely staggering. It's not a normal number of children that are missing, like what you'd expect. It happens here and there, right? No. It's millions and millions and millions of missing children. Never heard from again. They vanish from parks. They vanish from schools. They vanish from daycares. Then, of course, they open up the borders, and we get the cartels bringing them in, passing them off to sponsors. Sponsors, all right. Demons. Demon-infested scumbags who sell these children for this purpose. I always mention him, and I'm going to mention him again. Aleister Crowley. He wrote in one of his books about the sacrificing of a small child, a baby, an infant. Said that was the highest level of sacrifice. It's also the highest quality adrenochrome that one can obtain. These are all things that, the demeanor of my last few videos, I know it's been very, very dark. I've eliminated the humor from my intro that I usually do. The Lord wants me to talk about these things because He's angry that everyone is dismissing this stuff as, being the mad rantings of crazy conspiracy theorists, that stupid term that I hate so much. It isn't. It isn't. Blood sacrifice and adrenochrome harvesting is very, very real. This is what the Bill Gates and the Hillary Clintons and the Peter Thiels of the world are engaged in. This is what they're doing. And it all ties into these underground tunnels under the ground. It's in movies. They literally show all this stuff in movies. The sheer terror they put people through, especially the children, to harvest their adrenochrome. It's their fountain of youth. It's their euphoric drug rush. And once they start, they can't stop. It's the worst addiction there is. You need more and more and more of it, or you fall apart. So when one of the elites suddenly ages really quick and they're dead before too long, it's probably because they couldn't get their supply of adrenochrome. And it literally was mentioned in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Hunter S. Thompson is the one that put the word into the mainstream. I'm not sure why he did that. If he did that for the purpose of educating the world on the fact that this is actually happening. or if he just did it for the comedic value of it in the movie, which to me it's not funny at all, but most people find it amusing. They think it's just a silly thing. I'm here to tell you it's not. This is one of the things that the Lord wants the world to wake up to. These missing children are suffering fates worse than anybody can imagine. And the main reason is adrenochrome. So after hearing something like that, if you've never heard of this before, I'm sure that was really disturbing. It's really disturbing for me to even talk about. But after hearing that, here's something you also need to hear. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.